Sunday night has always been great for restaurant delivery apps like DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub. But is it still that way during this summer slowdown? Let's find out. We've now made it to our hotspot, and there have been some pretty terrible orders coming through on Uber Eats. I mean, I didn't even take screenshots of the really, really bad ones, but I just have a couple to share with you. DoorDash has a $3 peak pay on right now, and I haven't gotten an order yet. Big money here. I got a stacked order from DoorDash, $18.25. That $3 peak pay is really coming in nice. Unfortunately, that's going to be over in 15 minutes. But with stacked orders, that is huge because that's an extra $6 for this delivery. No cars in the drive-thru. Let's do this. Hi, I have a DoorDash order. Thank you. Thank you. I decided to go to Ray's Pizza second because usually they don't have their orders ready. And so I thought, okay, I'll go to Filiberto's. I know they have their orders ready. But then Ray's Pizza, I walk in and the pizza's just sitting there waiting for me to pick it up. So it's perfect. It's only been 9 minutes since I accepted the order and I'm already off to both customers. And it should take, I want to say like 15 to 17 minutes to drop it off and to start driving back to the hotspot. And so I'd say that's pretty good first order right there. I just knew that there could be a hidden tip on that first order, maybe even on both of them. That's already a great first start. And this second one, I feel like the subtotal was higher, so maybe it's even more than 12. No, I did not get more than $12 on that second order, but I got like $10.68, so $22 and some change for 30 minutes. That is great. I do have to drive about 8 minutes to get back to the hotspot, but that's perfectly okay with me. I drove back to the hotspot, but things are looking really slow. DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub are all running. I'm just trying to find a good offer, but I did not get one for almost 10 minutes. And then I got a $6.50 order from DoorDash for Wildflower, and I'm like, it's a good restaurant. I might as well do it. It'll probably be ready in like 2 or 3 minutes or earlier when I arrive. So sure, let's just do that. 3 miles is a lot for a $6.50 order, but I'm like, okay, I'll just take it. While I was inside the restaurant, I got this order for El Pollo Loco. It says $8.75 on the acceptance screen for 4.4 miles, but Para says it's going to be, what did they say, like $13 or $13.50? You guys see it. So I'd say that's pretty good. Very, very reasonable for me to accept something like this, especially with how slow it is. I don't know if there's just like no orders coming through on these systems or there's a ton of drivers out. There's like a couple good restaurants over there that I like. I'm doubtful that I'll get an order from there, but if I do get an order from those restaurants like Payway or Chipotle, then that's gonna be really great. That first drop off was the Wildflower order, the smaller one, and to my surprise, there was actually a $1 hidden tip, so $7.50 for that one. And then it was about a 9-minute drive to the second customer, and Para was exactly right. It was $13.25. I really love that they showed me the full payout because there's just no way I would have accepted that if it was just $8.75. I was really concerned that I would have to eat the miles and drive all the way back because I just didn't think it was going to be busy enough in this area. But then as I was dropping off the DoorDash order, I got this one for Uber Eats. It was $16 for 10 miles, but don't let the miles scare you. I have to drive that anyway. So this is actually a really good order, and maybe there's a potential for one of these to be a hidden tip. Orders were ready in the restaurant, but there was so much food and I had to carry it all, so I did not get to film it. The mileage to get to the first customer really is not bad at all. It's actually delivering to an apartment complex that I'm extremely familiar with. I deliver here all the time. The second one, I believe, is going to be about like 4 or 5 minutes away. Maybe 6 minutes, but either way, that's great. I mean, we've already made huge progress. It is a good $16 order because I believe we can finish this in less than 30 minutes. Got that second one dropped off pretty quickly, and please tell me if I'm crazy for this. Let me know in the comments if you would take an order like this. It is $18 for 12 miles, a single order. It is all freeway for the most part. I'm probably about like 10 of those miles are freeway, so it's going to be pretty quick that way. Para told me it was going to be $21, and it's to a pretty decent restaurant. Would you take something like this? I decided to, because like I said, it seems pretty slow today, and so I'm like, all right, I can't really be too picky. And so when I saw this payout come on the screen, I'm like, you know what, let's just go for it. I walk into the restaurant, say the customer's name, and there's actually 7 items on it, and so I didn't know if I was going to be waiting a while. I saw that the bag was waiting for me on the counter, and I was like, oh, perfect. Asked them if this was everything. They said yes, and so I said, okay, let's do this. Picked it up, put it in the back seat, and it definitely needs a hot bag for going this far, so you can see it even behind me too. That was a almost perfect pickup, and then it's only going to take about 14 minutes to get to the customer, so I'm feeling pretty good about this one. That drop-off was completed in just about 30 minutes, and yeah, I got $21 just like Para said, so I'm pretty excited. Now, I had no idea if I was going to get another order because I am far out of my DoorDash zone, and that hotspot just isn't very good. And so while I was dropping off that DoorDash order, I turned on Uber Eats, and I got this one, 12 miles for, I mean, this is only like $10 and some change, but the estimated time is 22 minutes, right? So 22 minutes to get 1064 and the possibility of a hidden tip. And I would have had to drive these 8 miles anyway, 8 of the 12 miles anyway. I don't want to waste my time driving all the way back to the hotspot. So I said, okay, let's do it. And then I got a Krispy Kreme order. This one is over $11. And so I'm like, okay, this one could also have a hidden tip. 19 additional minutes. I looked up the cross streets of this one, and it's not too favorable. But we've been getting some pretty good orders right after dropping off some of the previous ones, and so I said, you know what, let's just do that. Over $20, and it's supposed to be about 40 minutes worth of work. Now we've got a lot of driving to do. This first drop off is 8.7 miles away. Whew. I mean, we had to really do it anyway. I mean, I went about 2 miles out of my way, and then it's going to be an additional like 1 mile out of my way for this first customer. Just finished that second delivery, and man, I am out in the middle of nowhere. It's so dark. There's no street lights. I'm like 6 miles away from civilization. Okay, not that far, but it's probably going to take me at least 15 minutes to get back to the hotspot. I'm thinking 20 minutes max though. So shouldn't be too bad. I'm just in the middle of nowhere. This is so crazy. This is how I look without my light. There's no street lights anywhere. Here's an interesting one. I got an order for $8.69 for 10 miles. Now, of course, I wouldn't ordinarily accept something like this, but like I said, there's just going to be no restaurants on my way back to the hotspot, and this one is dropping me off in a location that's like a half mile from that hotspot, so I had to accept it. Now, would you accept that? I mean, like, if for the people that subscribe to the, like, it has to be at least $1 per mile or like $2 per mile, I just don't know if I work like that, because I'm looking at it as I could either make $0 an hour to drive back to the hotspot, or I could take this order back to my hotspot and at least make some money and try to hit around that $20 an hour, $25 an hour that I'm always trying to hit, and then like $30 an hour I'm trying to hit on like good days. So I figure I should probably accept this one so I can get some money. It's like not out of my way at all to do this, but I just figured I needed to do it because like it's better to make this money than $0. This next one is Uber Eats for tropical smoothie. This one, I believe it was $8.90 and 5.5 miles. The estimated time was still pretty decent, trying to hit around that $25 an hour for this time slot. And so I picked it up, and while I was in the store, I was trying to click on the see more details so that I could make sure that there was only one drink on this one. And I clicked it, and it popped up with another order, and I just very quickly saw it, like, because I clicked it like maybe like a 1/10 of a second after the order popped up. It was like $7.50 for like an additional 1.5 miles. And so I'm not even mad about it because it's to a good restaurant. And so I'm like, whatever, fine, I'll just deliver that. Like, I wasn't expecting to do it, but it's a decent order. So I don't have a screenshot of that, but I'll probably put up something to like show you. It's just so weird. It's weird and interesting that Uber Eats would have that feature to where you could like immediately accept an order while you're trying to do something else. This happens to me all the time where I accidentally accept an order, and this one happens to be a good one, so I don't think I'm going to complain about it. After dropping that one off, that concludes our 4-hour shift, making 12 deliveries. So that's about $59 on Uber Eats, 6 deliveries there, and on DoorDash, $73.12 in 6 deliveries. That comes out to $132.85 of revenue in 4 hours, making $33 an hour. Again, that is revenue. That's not my profit. I drove about 83.6 miles. That is delivery miles. It doesn't include the commute that I had to the hotspot and back home. I'm not going to say the summer slowdown doesn't exist, but we had a great night. It is Sunday night though, so like that's the best shift for me because there's no traffic, still a lot of orders, and a lot of big orders too. I know there are a lot of people out there that are struggling to make the money on these platforms. Just really try to have a great strategy and only deliver during times that you think are going to be the busiest. And if there's just no orders out there, then maybe try out different apps, different strategies, different locations, different hours. Just try to mix it up to see if you can earn your money. If you want to see more of me, of course, check me out on Instagram and TikTok, where I post a new video every single day. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.